As a small biz pro, so we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, as a small biz pro, so we roll. Using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
So what that is, so we're not gonna worry about that.
Well.
Don't know what is it doing.
2021 is starting on a great footing. Hello, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And this is our first show for 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to all of you guys. Now that we've gathered up 2020, put it in a big old black garbage bag and throw it in a dumpster, we don't have to deal with 2020 anymore. However, the remnants of 2020 is still around.
No, as somebody said, these are the leftovers. We're in the leftover stage.
The leftovers are here, man. So we gotta be careful with those leftovers. We could probably get food poisoning from it, right?
Yeah, right. It's a little taint to it.
Yeah.
So you must be careful.
You gotta be careful, man. Well, folks, we want to welcome you back to the Business Zone, the #1 business video podcast program that helps small businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And you guys have no other than the supreme Crystal Mitchell on your team to help you with your accounting forensics. And of course, you got the small business paramedic on this side, Gilbert Buchanan. And I'm here to help you to build your back office and your infrastructure, help you to get certified as a minority, woman-owned business or small business, and connect you with contract opportunities. So that's what we're doing for you guys 2021. So Crystal, what's been going on?
Hello, just happy to be here. Happy that I got to 2021 fully healthy. Been very careful with making sure that no one in my family is exposed to COVID. So I have been adhering to all of the everything because I don't want to get sick. And actually, most of my friends are fine, so that's awesome. I am excited about 2021. I'll be more excited as of January 2021. But right now, I am happy that I did make it from December 31st to January 1st. That was a milestone all by itself.
Man, we've got this lunatic that we never even thought would have gotten to this stage, man. And oh man, our democracy was really tested a few days ago. I'm hoping that we'll never ever get to this point again, but with careful planning, it's going to help to prevent that kind of stuff. So,
well, I think there's got to be some major changes. I think that one of the things I want to say happy New Year, Alfred. Happy New Year, I'm sorry, LaRon and Veronica, LaRon, and welcome, guys. Glad to have you. One of the things, Gilbert, 2021, when we summarize 2020, we realized over the last 4 years that there were so many loopholes in the Constitution, in the everywhere. And that little slimy snake that's in the White House, boy, he was able to find all of them.
All of the loopholes.
All of the loopholes. So I see that they got some work to do. Yeah. They got to close in a lot of work, a lot of holes. And even to this day, it's absolutely amazing
Yes.
that 4 years ago, we were actually just like, what the hell is about to happen to us?
Yeah.
Now we have gone through a whole 4 years saying, what the hell is about to happen? And Wednesday, I don't think anyone in their wildest imagination would have assumed that they would have witnessed what they saw on Wednesday. That
See,
was
what happened on Wednesday is stuff that we read about in history books. We never thought we would ever live to see that. This is atrocious. The last time something like this ever happened was back in, well, you had one in 1898, but before that was 1812.
right.
1812 and 1898.
Yeah,
You know?
that's a long time. So it
Oh
took this
man.
snake to come through, and I mean the people. You know, I equate it to, first of all, you saw people crawling up the side of the Capitol building. Now, I've been to DC many times. I don't even know how they got that close. I know now because I've been watching the news.
Yeah.
But when I went to DC for for Obama's first inauguration, you couldn't even get nowhere. You couldn't even get to the Capitol building. You couldn't get to the White House. Even when I went 2 years ago and I spent 4th of July there was no accessibility to just walk up the stairs, push open the door. Well, that wouldn't even been there anyway. Push open the door and just basically walk through the Capitol building. Just insane. Knocking over things. I then go inside. This is like somebody coming in your house, Gilbert, coming in your front door with their boots on and then stepping on your furniture. As they go into your refrigerator, they step on your bed with their shoes on. Like, where were these people raised? In a barn?
Yeah. It is crazy, man. Crazy.
Crazy. And I found out now, of course, they're all panicked, right? They're all panicked that their jobs are going to find out. They're all panicked. Their children are disowning them. All kinds of stuff is going on. So now they're having a slight bit remorse, but because they're a little bit psycho, they go through the remorse. Then they go through adulation. Then they go through the remorse, and then they go through adulation. They're lunatics, just lunatics. Yes, Amy, like Spider-Man.
Yeah, Amy said it's like Spider-Man. That was true. I thought there were Spider-Man crawling up the wall, but you know what? It's very awful to say, but I said, man, I'm sure one of these guys are gonna fall off now. They're gonna fall off this wall, but it didn't happen. So, but anyway, let's
don't know
stop
what's
wasting
my internet is doing some weird stuff today.
Yeah, let's stop wasting our time.
Hopefully we're all right.
Let's stop wasting our time on those.
Well, I lost you, huh?
And let's
come on.
Let's focus
stop
it. Let's focus on 2021 for our small businesses. So, Crystal, you have a great presentation you're going to do today. We're going to do class in session today.
Right, but before we get to class in session, yesterday, and we want to welcome everyone that's listening, and that our audience. We're so happy that you guys made it to 2021 as well. Yes, Alfred, Americans have not been perfect yet. The closer they come to fair equality, the more challenging it becomes. And actually, that's like a rock that's becoming a diamond. It's a lot of pain. It's a painful process. So
got to put it under a lot of pressure, right?
You got to put it under a lot of pressure. But before we get started with our topics today, which is going to be how to build your 2021 business strategy, I do want to share something that was shared yesterday on the community briefing, and it's from PCR on the community, on the funding and the PPP and all of the resources that's going to be available for our small businesses. And it's going to kind of lead into what we're going to talk about, because obviously, who would have thought we'd been shut down for a whole 11 months, but we were. And so a lot of us have not been creating any revenue. So I want to share that with us, Gilbert, and then we can get on with our presentation today. So on Thursday, which is by the community briefing that we do every Thursday at 11 a.m. and it also broadcasts live on Facebook and YouTube. We were PCR Colette Moore from PCR comes out every week to give us an update. So I want to share that update with you guys. So one of the things is that the business option fundings are back. We have the EIDL has been reopened, which is the economic injury disaster loan, and as well as the PPP it was under duress, man. It was kind of crazy at the end of December, getting the CARES Act signed by the man in the White House, but they finally did, and so the PPP program is open. They're taking applications up until January 8th. So you really want to go to the.
That's the day. That's the day, man.
That's the day. Actually, I think it's been extended. So.
Okay.
So you can go out there. The stimulus package, I think it's as of January 8th. So today is the day.
Okay.
So is a second draw is going to be allowed. So if you were allocated the PPP earlier in the year, which was in March or April, now you can go back for your second draw. So it doesn't matter if you've already gotten it, you can apply again. They're removing the tax from it. They're simplifying the application. They're simplifying the forgiveness, and now the EIDL EIDL advance is now a grant as opposed to being a loan. So
beautiful.
Yes, you can. I mean, you can apply for the second. So whatever you did. Then you can now apply for it. There's a little bit more money out there. I hear there's a new $10,000 advance for low income area. Previous advance is now a grant. So you want to look into that. Other benefits is an employee tax credit. So the SBA 7A loan, forgiveness, 8 months, max $9,000 grants for is going to be available. You can go over to PCR and you can apply for it, and I'll put their information in the chat in a few minutes as a link. The PPP program, the protection program, is designated to help small businesses keep their workforce employed. There will be interest. You can pay for your same criteria. Pay for your mortgage payments, the interest on your mortgage payment, the payroll, rent, and utilities, and interest on any in debt. This part is new. Interest on any debt incurred prior to February 15th. So if you got any other loans and the interest payments are due, you can use this money to apply to that. Up to $2 million, 1% interest rate, and up to 2 years for repayment. If you're interested, if you got the loan forgiveness last year for 2020, every Thursday at 2:00, PCR is doing a class on how to apply for your loan forgiveness. For those under $50,000, I believe they're forgiving anything up to $50,000. So you can actually go over to PCR again. Gilbert, can you put their
information? Yeah. I'll put it in the box.
So let me see. Let me skip on past this one. Oh, so then this is a new loan that is out, and you got to hurry up and do this. This is for profits and nonprofits. It's the California Relief Grant. It's the California Rebuilding Fund. So it's the grant that came from Governor Newsom from the state of California. So it is you can apply for it's up to $500 million is a small business grant. The deadline is the 31st. I'm sorry, the 13th of January, and you can learn more about this through through PCR, the eligibility requirements, allowable expenses, and application deadline. So you want to hurry up and do this. You probably have seen this around. The grant application is caresreliefgrant.com. So that's care. Let me see if I can't even pull it up, but I think we'll put it in the chat for you. And and you can call. There's a phone number for you to ask for technical assistance at 888-612-4370. And it's the CARE Relief Grant, and it's at lindastree.com. So this is a grant. This is not a loan. So everyone wants to apply for this, nonprofit and for-profits.
All right. That sounds good.
Okay. And so I think there's one more. This is a loan, and we really want to think about loans, but opportunities are opportunities. This is the People of Color Fund. It is a loan up to $50,000. It's focused on helping Black and Latino small businesses in Los Angeles, Ventura, Orange, Riverside, San Diego counties recovery from the pandemic. So the details are there. If you guys want to get this a PowerPoint, you can reach out to me and let me know. You can get help at PCR. They will help you through all of these processes. Also, one of the things they're saying is to make sure you consult with your accountant and bookkeeper to prepare your 2020 financial statements. This is that time of year. Know that you get your 1099s out. You will need to be able to show your 2019 and 2018 financial statements to show that your business is in good order. And that's going to be one of the requirements. As we have all saw from all this year, all these loans and grants were requiring that you had your financial statements together. So that means that there should have been some sort of monitoring of your financials. PCR has a number of workshops and classes. You can go to their website to find them. And if you're in the restaurant business, there is some information there for as well, business permits and licensing. And they're having these workshops on Thursday, January 11th at 3:30. Know your numbers, a restaurant accounting. That was yesterday. And then there's one, Safe Clean Kitchen, passing LA County's health department requirements. And that is January 14th. So that's pretty much it. And again, you can go to the Pacific Coast Regional PCR.org. I believe that's what the email is. And if you, yes.
Yeah, I'm getting the information for them to put it in the box. Okay.
And if you are needing of PPP equipment, you can go to PPEunite.org. And if you have a business with less than 50 employees, you can apply to receive 1 month supply of face masks, hand sanitizers, and face shields through PPE United distribution program. So make sure you reach out to all of them and be ready, because as Gilbert said, we got to make our 2021 be exactly what we want it to be, and this is all part of that process. So I will put the link in to apply for the CARES Act right here. Yeah, grant. I think it was .org. Okay, so Gilbert, that is pretty much it for that. So opportunities, and guys, we will keep bringing up as much information on what's available for you, because money makes the world go round, and
That's
you
right.
have to have money to make this stuff happen. So
I totally agree, man. Totally agree. And I really want small businesses to be a lot more aggressive this time around. Okay. I want you guys, like Crystal say, we're going to go get this money. We're not going to wait for it to come to us because it will never come. You know how it is. You know, you've got the privileged people out there and the non-privileged. Well, we fall under the non-privileged category. So we got to go get stuff. All right.
Right, can't beat it. One of the things we learned from last year is we can't sit around and wait for people to come to us to bring us what we need. We have to be proactive in this process so that we can get what we need in order to make sure that our businesses are surviving. So that's really, really important, people. No sitting around waiting for people to bring it to you.
Gotta take it. Gotta take it, folks.
Gotta take it, man. Gotta take it.
And in order to take it, see, if you're not ready and you go out and you take it, then you can't really do anything much with it. So you want to make sure that you're ready when you're going out there to take it so you can take advantage of it. And that's really what we're trying to do with you on this program, the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're always trying to get you business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Now, I'm revising my SmallBizPro system. For those of you who don't know about my SmallBizPro system, it's a back office system that helps you guys to to have your documents ready at your fingertips, so you can access it at any time. There's also a lot of contract opportunities in there and grants that you guys can access. Now, we're revamping this system so that now before you do business with certain organization, you can test yourself to see if you're actually ready. You know, am I business ready? Am I contract ready? And am I bank loan ready? And it doesn't cost you anything. You can just go in there and do it. So I recommend that you guys come Tuesday, this system will be launched for you guys to do. So do it, please. Do it.
Okay. Amy says she's going to the watering hole and she's bringing her big branded jug. I say take two, Amy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
But go back and tell anybody that they need to go and get their own as well, so that they're not sitting at home waiting. Is important. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Each one help the other one. That's what I say.
So today, Crystal, we want to put class in session, and we want to share with many of our viewers today how they can look at their business differently in 2021, which will help to take them to the promised land. So, folks, for those of you who are just tuning in and those of you who are thinking of tuning in, class is in session. And your professor is Crystal, Hyacinth, Josephine.
All them people, huh? but so true, Gilbert. So guys, here's the deal. Last year, in 2020, I did a lot of coaching for a lot of businesses for a number of grants that were available for our business owners. And what I found was, even though for Gilbert and I, and for a number of us, especially those of us that were coaches, we were ready for anything. It didn't matter what the crisis was. We were ready for the pivot. And so what I did find from my coaching, from coaching people, most people were not ready for the pivot, right? Mm-hmm. And so, and I agree, it was a shell shock moment. It took us, I don't even know if some of us have even come out of it, but we were in a place of just unbelievable disbelief that this was actually happening. So what we want to do is, for this time forward, we want to help you be able to build a strategy that will help you get through it and help you have the ability to face any uncertainty, no matter what that is, whether it's a pandemic, whether it's an economic downturn, whether we get another lunatic in the White House, which I pray to God we don't, whether we have a lunatic in the mayor's office, whether we have whatever it is, we have to be able to survive regardless of what is going on around us externally. So some business owners were able to create expansion strategies for 2021, while others were still just trying to achieve stability in the face of uncertainty. So a lot of our businesses are, well, in other states, not really in the state of California, we are reopening or have reopened. We, unfortunately, in Los Angeles and the state of California, we're under massive siege from the coronavirus. And so everything we do right now is going to be online. So learning how to pivot and moving our businesses forward is going to have to be our strategy and our agenda. I would say, don't expect too much until the fourth quarter of this year. So that means you can't just sit around. We can't have another dead year. We have to be able to move forward. So with that being said, what we need to do is to be able to create a strategy, a strategic direction. And Gilbert and I today are going to share some ways to build your strategy, just your business strategy for 2021 with realistic goals to be accomplished in this year. It is really important. And this is not just for a pandemic. This is actually just in life. Would you not agree, Gilbert?
I totally agree. And what I want to add to that is, folks, remember this. They expect us to fail. They expect us to do poorly. They expect us to not be successful. So that's why we got to always be ready. We got to be in the ready position at all times. So when COVID hits, we all should have been ready because we should expect things like COVID and other bad things to happen to us because they don't really care about us, small businesses. They throw every obstacle in our way so that we can succeed. So make sure your back office is set up. Make sure you're ready. You've got all the documents and all the systems you need in place. That's what Crystal and I are doing for you. So let's do it. Let's get on it.
Right. So basically, we're going to give you some suggestions and to start to build that strategy. So one of those, why are we not moving? Okay. One of those strategies is focus on what you can do and not necessarily what you cannot do. So we kind of spent 2020 going through what we could not do. So if you were a restaurant, you couldn't have indoor dining. If you were brick and mortar, you had to work at home. Some of us had struggles and challenges with our internet. But if you look at television and you look at the news, they have struggles with their internet as well. So that's not a crisis. You just have to figure out how to make it work. So no matter what business you operate, you have to develop a can-do attitude. It's what can you do versus what you cannot do strategy.
Right.
So what can you do with your business? How can you be able to accomplish what you need in 2021? How can you increase your revenue streams? How can you just make that transition? So one of the things, Gilbert, as we all have done, is transitioning your business to doing business online.
That's right. That's right. And Crystal and I, we've been very successful at this because most of what we've been doing since March of 2020 is online services. We've been providing online services, whether it's teaching classes or coaching or doing webinars. You know, those are things that we do online to help. So you want to check out your business and see if it's something you can do online as well.
Exactly. And you want to be able to research new markets for potential expansion and diversification. One of the things I think that we have learned from last year was that we can't do the same business that we've been doing since the beginning of time. We have to be able to search out new market potential for our business and find new synergy and new partners and new collaboration that will help us add a different or an additional revenue stream, or in fact, it may be the revenue stream right now, because if everything you were doing was from a live audience, now you have to be able to figure out how to get to a online audience. So looking and doing your research. So the internet and Google and magazines, and right now there is so much information out there. All you have to do is go to your best friend Google and Google it, and you will find out what you need. You want to add anything to that, Gilbert?
I like that, Crystal. Call your cousin Google. And say, hey Google, I need to know these things. She will really help you out. So here's one of the things you guys want to think about. So if you are doing business locally in just the Los Angeles area, or maybe in Orange County or wherever you reside, start looking at other counties. What other counties can I do some business? Remember, you're online. So when you're online, you're international. You're all over the world. So look at other states, other counties, and even other countries. There are countries that listen to this show that every week, we got people in Ghana, people in Venezuela, people in Canada, and all of those places have been listening to our show, and they're getting a lot of tips. So who knows? They may come across your service or your product, and they may want to get into it. So check it out.
Exactly. The next one is engage. Make sure you're engaging with your customers. That person, those customers that have been there for you for tried and true for years to years. Reach out to them personally to deepen your relationship with them. Let them know you're still in business. Right now, if we haven't been reaching out to our clientele and our customers, how do they know that you're still around?
Exactly.
They have no idea that you're there. So it's really, really important that you let them know, hey, I'm here. I need your support. I need this. I have a new product that I would like to test out. I need your feedback. And even before telling them what you need, ask them, how have they been and what do they need? How can I help you acquire whatever you need, because it's about them. Anytime we do business, it's not just about us. It's being able to help others and solve other problems for our customers. So once you do, go ahead, Gilbert.
And a good way of doing what Crystal is saying, okay? Because here's a little test that Crystal and I have done before, and it came out amazingly, okay? Many of your family members don't even know what you do in business. They don't know what you do. They don't know what you sell. They don't know what services you offer. So ask your family members, what do I do? Do you guys know what I do? And do the same thing with your customers. Ask them, do you guys know what services we provide? And if they don't know, remind them. Here's what we do. Send them your capability statement. Send them your product line card or something like that, so they can know what you, and follow up and see how you can solve their problem for them.
Exactly. And a can-do strategy is create yet still an exceptional experience for your customer. What is it that you do that's exceptional that you can share with your customers? For you, it may be mundane and it might just be something that you do, but maybe sharing that with them will re-engage them with you. And right at this point, you haven't really been meeting with anyone personally and having conversations with them anymore. So making sure that you can create exceptional experiences for your customers, whether you're in person or online. It's the exact same thing. Customer engagement should be at the top, should be supreme, should be in the excellent mode, because now you really need to keep them engaged with you, because the internet and everybody else is online is quite a busy place, and you could easily lose your longtime customers. Finally, in the can-do strategy, revisit your marketing strategy. And I know a lot of people don't have one. And before you thought, well, you know what? They're going to come regardless, right?
Well, actually, they do have a marketing strategy, Crystal.
What is it?
The strategy is okay. We'll just wait and see if they're gonna come. We'll
Oh,
wait
and
for
that's a
that.
strategy.
That's the strategy.
Well, I have to tell you, Gilbert, since they're not in person anymore, they're not coming.
They're not coming. They're not coming at all. So you guys got to find a way how to go out and get them. You got to win this. You got to make it happen.
Right. You got to let them know where you are, where you are right now, and that you're still in business. You have to let them know. So the next thing is, and Gilbert just talked about this. While doing this downtime, Gilbert was actually working on his product to make it better. So now he's ready to begin to launch that new product or that new service. So if you guys have been in the creation mode during this time, and that was a great place to be, then you want to be able to extend your product and launch a schedule to get it out there. At January 1, it when it hit, everybody should have been in the mode to move everything out. Even if it was not perfect, you still wanted to get it out there. You wanted to do newsletters. You wanted to do e-blast. You all should be so right now. Everybody that's right here that's here commenting and our audience. I should see you guys all over social media right now.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I should see you, and to the point I'm going like, dang, girl.
Now,
Poor guy.
I want to say I see Veronica Spigner a lot on social media, but Veronica, we want to start seeing more of your product and your service on social media. I want you to start sending it out, giving little tips, showing people how you can help them solve their pain. Okay? We know you're on social media. We just want to see about your product and your service. Okay?
Right. So
All of you guys.
everybody should be so, and like I said, yeah, you guys can see that I am on social media 24/7. I don't care whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Find whichever platform works best for you and your business and get it out there. Get your information out there, because I content is it. The other thing is, while you're developing these new products, look around you. This pandemic has been able to help us identify so many problems that were created by the pandemic that we can explore new opportunities, and in that we can create new solutions within our business, developing a new product line, developing a new service line, developing new partnerships and collaborations. I mean, just since December, I've acquired some new partners. My nonprofit, Recycling Black Dollars. I yesterday we had an opportunity to do to receive a grant, and all what we had to do was promote stay at home and be safe during the pandemic. And then yesterday I had to do a follow up, and I met over 200 people that I can now expand what I do and who I'm meeting with, and expand my products and services to some brand new people. So step out of your comfort zone, go out there and go out there and find new sources of customers that you can display your product or your service to. Gilbert?
I totally agree with that. I'm uploading a link right now. You don't have to look at the link right now. You can check it out later. I'm uploading a link that I use for my product that I put out on social media, on YouTube. And I blast it out there all the time. A lot of people have viewed this and they learn a lot about my product. So you guys can do the same.
Right. And Gilbert is good at and has always been good at creating videos for his products. So videos are a great way to get the information, and depending on what your website hosting or who your website is with, they have opportunities so you could do that. And then I use Canva to create quick little videos from images. I use an app called Video Show, and I can put together a quick little 30-second video and have it uploaded to YouTube, and then that gives me a product and content that I can blast out there. So that's something you want to do, and that's going to feed right into enhancing your valuable resources. That's a strategy that should be not just a 2021 strategy, but that should be a business strategy, making sure that you're focusing on your customers and customer actions, adding value to your product or your services, making sure that you're spending time. And this is a good time to do that because we're not maintaining a brick and mortar store. We're not running all over the city, going to networking events. We're really pretty much sitting in front of our computer. And so you have a lot of time that you can really focus in on your customers. Next area is, go ahead.
You know what I'd add to this, Crystal?
What's that?
So right here we have focus on your customers. So you're going to check out your customers to see, what type of issues they're facing. But when you do that, you also want to focus on the pain that they're having. So when you talk to your customers, you want to say, okay, what pain are you experiencing right now in your company? What keeps you up at night? They're going to tell you. They're going to say, well, I'm not making payroll. I'm not generating a lot of money. And if what you provide, the service you provide, is to help with that, then that's where you want to start targeting. You want to say, okay, so here's where you are right now. What I bring to you, my value proposition, I guarantee you will increase sales for you by, 10%, 20%. And here's how I'll do it. That's the type of thing you want to do for your client. So when you focus on the customer, you focus on their pain, and the pain will generate the sales for you, help you to generate the sales based on the value proposition you're putting in there.
I quite agree with you because, as I said, there's so many problems. So everybody has some sort of pain, and you can help solve that pain. So making sure you're focusing on that. You're in business really for your customers. And so that's really your role, is to help them solve pains. The other one is, we are all, the pandemic put us in a cash crunch situation. Our cash flow is not flowing the way it's not flowing fluently.
The cash is not flowing.
The cash is not, in some cases, not flowing at all. But you want to give your customers more options to pay you, right? So financial assistance help. So some of the things you can look at, and this is only if it pertains to your business, a layaway plan maybe, or a partial payment, structured payment plan. Or be like the internet. The internet gets you into, when you're looking at a product or a service on the internet, they get you a free 7-day trial or 15-day trial. It used to be 30-day trial back in the early days. Now it's like 7 days, 15 days at max. Yeah. And then they have so that's a free one. Then they have a low cost tier plan that may cost you $5 or $6 a month. $5 or $6 a month adds up if you have hundreds of thousands of people following you. And then they have the next one, which is usually a $19 or a $20 a month. And then they have the high plan, the high professional plan, the pro plan, which give you more benefits and features. And then that costs a little bit more. So now you're providing your product or your service at the level of wherever your customers cash flow, if they have cash flow limitations, now you're helping them out and during a time when they may need what you have, but they just can't afford to pay for it all at one time. So that's something to be, that's an entry. Your Small Biz Pro has several entry points, doesn't it, Gilbert?
Definitely. It has a lot. It has an assessment piece, help you to assess your business to see if you're ready for a bank loan, if you're ready for contracts, and if your business is ready within itself. And then there's also procurement or contract opportunities in there and grants if you need grants. They're all there in the system. So, yeah, you guys really want to check these things out.
Right. So you really want to do it. And now to the most important part of anybody's business, but for most of our small businesses, they think that is not important at all, is marketing. Focusing on and enhancing the value to your marketing strategy. So right now, content is king. I know you guys have heard that. So what that means is developing content that you can share on your social media platforms and email marketing, or how you're engaging with your potential target audience and target customers, focusing on content. So if your business has some milestones, share that. If you have had some milestones in your life, share that. If your company has just developed or in the process of developing a new product or a new service, then expose it. Let everybody know what you're doing. So focus on the content that you have available. Content will increase your business about probably 50 to 100%. Because people can engage. We had someone on our on the Business Zone a couple of months ago, and she talked about telling your story. Tell people who and what and where. People resonate with you.
Right.
They connect with you. So devise, create your story and get your story out there.
And I want to challenge all of you who are listening right now to send us your story. Send us your story. Let us know what it is. How did you get started? And if you invented an idea or you come up with a solution to a problem, what was that? And why did you come up with that solution? What was the problem? Is it something that you had a problem with and you're trying to find a solution, but there's nothing around, so you have to come up with it? Those types of things. So customers like to hear that.
And right now, sharing your story of how you pivoted. If you were able to pivot your business in this pandemic that we're in, share that. Let your customers know, and your people that are following you on social media, your new potential customers, let them know how you pivoted. And if you also are a subject matter expert or have expertise in the area that you're doing business in your industry, share that.
Yeah.
You may think you may not be a coach or a teacher like Gilbert and I, but in your industry, you are.
Yeah.
And so share that knowledge of yours, and that will bring other people. It may bring a partnership. It could bring someone that's looking to try to get into the same businesses, the business that you're in. Don't think of them as competitors. Think of them as someone that you guys can collaborate and do business. There's enough money out there that we don't have to have everything held close to the vest and keeping it for ourselves.
Perfect.
And make sure you fine tune your customer's profile. Who are your customers? Do you know anything about their families? Congratulate them on the windfalls that they've experienced. Express your prayers and blessings if they're suffering. Facebook and social media is excellent for you knowing exactly what's happening. Don't shy away from social media. Social media right now is the way that we communicate with the outside world, and you can learn a lot from just going on and spending some time on your social media to find out what's going on in your customers' lives. And they will be very grateful if you express some love and some caring and some concern about what they're going through. Veronica says she's pivoting now, doing a 100-day challenge that officially started on January 1. Well, so go over to Veronica's Facebook page. She's going to tell you what that 100-day challenge is, and then that way you guys can get involved in whatever the challenge is.
Good.
Next is use this time again to enhance your services. So this, Gilbert, 2020, and I said this about the pandemic. This is an opportunity to do a do-over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely. A lot of people see this whole COVID experience as something really bad, but in essence, this COVID has been good. The bad part is people are dying. That's bad.
That's the bad part.
The good part about COVID is that it forces us to learn new and experience new things. And we start tapping into areas where we're making more money that in those areas that we never even thought of. So this is a good thing. Redo the business.
Redo. So we are starting 2021 with a blank canvas. As Gilbert said at the top of the show, opening the show, we are going to make this year what we want it to be.
Yeah.
So you got an open calendar, an open canvas. Now get out your paints and let's start to make look for some improvements and seeking opportunities for improvement. So one of the big areas of improvement for most people is focusing and starting and focusing and completing a digital transformation. So if you've been doing everything by pen and pencil or crayon, all your financial records is in a spreadsheet or on a yellow legal pad, it is time for a digital transformation, taking everything that you do manually and adapting it to an electronic environment. Yeah. So there are applications and apps for everything that we do. There is no reason. You have plenty of time now. Again, our other cousin, YouTube, provides all the training that you need. With detailed videos that you can start and stop at whatever your learning capacity is. You can learn so much just by going over and visiting cousin YouTube.
That's right. Cousin YouTube never fails you, man. Anything you want is on there.
Everything you watch is there. Include some timelines for testing and implementing new digital processes. A customer retention system, adding in a customer retention so that you have a way to reach out. If you have not been using an email system, going out there and identifying Constant Contact. There's Constant Contact. There's MailLite. I think you use MailLite, don't you?
Yeah.
There's
and it's free. It's free. You can use that.
Okay, so that's free. So there are products out there that fits whatever your budget is. You just have to be able to embrace them. Also, survey your customers, find out what their needs are and how you can enhance those needs. That's an excellent new system, a new way. Survey Monkey, you can do a survey. Facebook will allow you to do a Q&A survey. There are a lot of other platforms out there. Maybe and one of our next class and sessions will be on, and I love to actually introduce new apps that I use and tools that make my world a flow. So maybe I will add that in next week or the week after. Also, find a better way to connect with your customers and offer them a digital experience that they have come to expect. So this is about, for me, how I equate this last one is, if you've only been taking money via a check and you don't have an electronic way to collect money or a digital way to collect money, you are losing out. So right now, You can do online. There's online services for you to collect your payments. Yes, you may have to pay a fee, but that's okay. It will provide you an opportunity to be able to get more money in, to bring in more revenue for your business. You can have Cash App, Venmo. What else do I have? I think I have like 6 or 7 different ways for you to get my money to me.
Yeah. And here's another thing that I want you guys to think about. So we talk about challenges, and Veronica said she's got um, a certain number that she's using. I want you guys to do this. I want you to reach out to 10 new clients, 10 clients that you never had before. Do some outreach to them and bring them into your fold. Now, how are you going to do that? You want to put your marketing materials together, whether you're going to use YouTube or you're going to use Google or whatever method. You want to send them some digital material of yours. So introduce them to your product and services. 10. And if you can do that 10, then you want to follow up with them over the next 3 to 6 months continuously and share some of your resources with them, some tips and resources. And you'd be surprised how you convert many of those into customers. That's what I want.
Amy says she did that last year and it really worked. So yeah, just go out there and find 10. You can go to LinkedIn. You can do some outreach, say hello. That's the first level, breaking the ice, just saying hello. Yeah. Don't bombard them with your opportunity or your product, right? Get to know them. Don't, if I was, it really irks me when people send me messages from LinkedIn and they don't know who I am and I don't know who they are, and they're already asking me, will I buy their product? I don't know who you are. I don't know who your product is. So build up to that, create some connection, create a relationship of some sort, so that that we get to know each other. It's like dating. You can't ask me to marry you 5 minutes after I just met you. Because the answer is going to be no, because I don't know you. So same thing with this.
I've been looking at you, girl. I think you could be my wife. So will you marry me?
Right. Okay, this is a lunatic. I got to get away from this lunatic. That would be my response. So I'm sure there are many of us that would feel that way. So court your potential new customers. Don't just jump right out there and ask to close the deal. Try to close the deal on first 10 minutes of meeting them. Next one, Gilbert, is creating a multi-plan approach. Identify one or more backup plans, because that's one of the things that I think we should have learned during this pandemic is what if plan A doesn't work, then what's my B, C, D, E plan, right? So that you're not stuck.
Exactly. And that's why it's very good to, when Crystal mentioned earlier about customer profile, you establish customers. So you want to identify at least 4 or 5 different sets of customers. So based on those 4 or 5 different sets of customers, you're going to identify which one is the primary, which is the secondary, the tertiary, and the fourth and fifth. So when you're putting your plan together, your plan is going to be directed and focused at those 5 or 4 different areas. But you got your primary and secondary. So the primary one you're going to try, but you still want those other plans, those other backup plans, to see how you're going to do this, because at the end of the day, you want to have multiple streams of revenues. That's what Crystal talk about every day. Multiple streams of revenue. So that's why you want to have a multi-approach plan.
Yeah, exactly. So lay out some potential contingencies that you may face in the coming years, or you can anticipate a crises coming up, and then have that backup plan so that you won't lose momentum in the strategy for the year. So craft some very well thought out responses, like, okay, where we are still right now, we know that people traveled for Thanksgiving, and therefore about 10 days later, a super strand came, and it put us in a back at home. So we know over 10 million people traveled over the Christmas holidays. So we already know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
now we have to be able to project out what's going to happen for the spring and the fall. I mean, in the summer and the fall, but already have your backup plan. So it does not stop you in your tracks. You can keep moving on in a steady momentum toward that goal. And I want to say this to everyone. It's not in on any of these slides, but I think this is very important. When I talk to my my clients, I'm telling them, if I want to make $100,000 for 2021 by December 31st, then I need to back into that, right, Gilbert? I
That's
need to
right.
know how many people, how many sales that I have to make in order to get that number. Well,
Yeah.
that's a big number for the
Yeah.
end of the year. So break it down into bite-sized chunks.
Mm-hmm.
I need to make, if I'm going to make $100,000, how much do I need, and how many customers and how many products or services do I need to sell every single month for 12 months? So
Mm-hmm.
that now that's a bite-sized chunk. You should be able to accomplish that goal. So make some short-term goals to reach your long-term goals. That's part of your strategy. Look
So if you want to make 100,000, okay,
at.
a hundred 100,000 a year, then you got to make 8,333 per month. And if you want to divide that further down into how much you need to make per week, you got to make $2,083 per week. So that's how you're gonna back into that. So if you're putting a marketing plan or a sales plan together, your plan should generate you at least $2,083 a week to get to the 100,000 a year. You see what I'm saying? So that's what Crystal is saying to you guys.
Exactly. And so then that comes, then that, and to get to that number, you have to be very strategic about your price points. Because if it's 2,000 a week, depending on how much you're charging, it might take 10 sales.
Exactly.
If it's smaller than that, it might take 15, 20, 25 sales. Then you got to reach that number of people. And so now you have to have a strategy or how you're going to reach a larger a capacity of individuals to make that sale. So that's how you get to those numbers. Also, have a strategic plan for different scenarios. So, I mean, right now, yesterday, I think they said at every 8 minutes, somebody is exposed to COVID. So
Yeah.
that's those margins are real tiny.
Got to
And
factor that into your plan.
just in case that you get ill, how does your business operate during that time? If it's on some sort of system so it operates without you, but also making sure you take care of yourself so that you don't get sick, or it's not a long you're not going to get critically ill, you or chronically ill. You might be able to pass through it as long as you're taking care of yourself. So you
And
want to have different plans for everything.
And that's another reason why you want to set up a system that can generate revenue on its own, money while you're sleeping. You see what I mean? So even if you get sick, it's still generating money for you. So figure out how you're going to go about doing that.
Exactly. And so do your research, build out each of these plans in detail. Actually, I would say even at this point, it might be a good idea to partner up with some individuals that do something very similar to you so that, things can still be operational in the event something happens to you. So if you're more certain, then you don't have to be more certain than uncertain.
Right.
That's the key to all of this, is making sure that you approach 2020 with a business growth strategy, and you undoubtedly will find plenty of actions that you can take to create certainty in your world and to make sure you have backup plans and proactively addressing areas that you're weak in, and that you need to create more stability and strength in, so that your business will continue to grow and continue to produce and be productive and make you money.
Hey, this is a good part, Crystal. Um, we all know that every year, come January 1st, everybody makes a, um, a resolution. Everybody say, "I want to do this. I want to make $100,000 this year. I want to lose weight. I want to do all this stuff." And by January 30th, those resolutions die. Okay? So we want to put some realistic plan in place for these businesses and put something that can trigger a reminder, something that reminds you come January 31st. Hey, did you do this? Did you do 10 sales? Did you generate your $2,083 this week? And per week. And then that's how you want to do it to continue. Because otherwise, it's going to die on the vine just like every other resolution since the beginning of time.
So true. You want to stay on track. So that means you have to keep a journal. That means you have to have some accountability partners. That means you have to stay on every day, lay out some tasks that you want to do that's going to continue to move you forward and move the needle forward so that you can accomplish those goals. So one of the things Gilbert just said, create a challenge. What is it? Was there a time frame in that challenge, Gilbert?
Yes. The time frame. So by the end, January 31st, you want to have something that will remind you and ask you, hey, did you achieve this? And if you can't do it yourself, you wanna bring in a coach like Crystal or I, so we can reach out to you and say, hey, it's January 31st. Did you achieve these things? What did you put in place to achieve this? And then we're gonna be on your case, checking up with you, making sure you do those things. And we're not gonna let you off the hook. So make sure you know if you're bringing in Crystal and I as your coach, we're serious. We want results.
Exactly. So and right now everybody should be focused on their financials, putting and I know a lot of people didn't make money last year. So getting your financials together for last year, it should be pretty simple.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
really only had January and
That's true.
February.
And since it's so simple, you guys should be able to file your taxes by the end of January and submit it so you guys can make some money off it. Get your money back.
Right, exactly. Because you still had expenses every single month. You didn't get rid of those. You just didn't have the revenue to go along with it. So now everybody should be able to get a little bit. For the first time as a business owner, you should be able to get some money back. So that's something to look forward to on April 15th.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Amy said Gilbert is an awesome coach. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it.
That he is, Amy. He's awesome. He's a subject matter expert in the area that he does business in, and he's pretty awesome.
Crystal and I are here to help you guys. So anything you need, because we want you to be an example to everyone else out there. When they know that you came through Crystal and I, they know you're getting quality stuff. So, just use us. Let us help you.
That's so funny because last week somebody called me today and I trained them last year on how to get their financials into the Wave accounting app. So they were calling me. They had some questions, and so I addressed that. And then she says, I need someone just to review it. Is there someone you can refer me to? And I said, well, I can review them. She goes, oh, well, I know how you do it. Oh, yeah, I'm
okay. They know they're going to get quality services out of you, Crystal.
Exactly. And with that, Gilbert and I both do workshops and classes all over the city. I have a series that I'm doing with the New Women's Business Center. You can go over to their website. And so we just started the 12 steps to starting a business. So if you don't have a business idea, oh, Amy, that's so nice. If you don't have a business idea, or you need to figure out how to create some new revenue streams and new business ideas, I'm doing Determining the Purpose of Your Business. And that's going to be Monday. It's an online class, January 11th. And it's going to be, you register for it at the New Women's Business Center. And as well, I'm doing a class with Vermont Slauson on Tuesday, January 12th at 4 to 6 is Understanding Basic Accounting and Bookkeeping for the Small Business Owner. So you can go over to vermontslauson.org in order to register for those particular classes. Gilbert, what you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna put my contact information here in the chat, so you guys can actually reach out to me. I have a variety of different workshops going on. I've got one coming up on the 12th with GLAC, the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber. We're doing a program called Business Evolution Program, and what we do is we get these small businesses ready so they can go after contracts with companies like American Honda, government entities, Wells Fargo, Chase, and all of that. So right now we've done their capability statements. We've done the assessments that I tell you guys to do on Small Biz Pro. We've done that, so they know if they're business ready, or contract ready, or bank loan ready. They know because we've gone through that. So we're working now on a business model canvas for them, so they can know what their business model is, and we're working on milestone plans. So that's January 12th. That's when we're doing that. And if you guys need more information, I put my phone number, I put my website and email on the chat.
And I have done the same thing. Oh, I didn't put my website there. And you can always go to my website and schedule a 45-minute complimentary coaching session with me. And you can do this with at my website, and I will put that information in there if you want to have just a jam session on how you want to move forward and start creating that strategy for 2021. I would love to be able to help you out with that. Thank you, Lloyd. Lloyd said this is an awesome presentation, and I'm very excited about the opportunities for his business. Sincerely yours, Love. We want to be able to help you guys. We want you to be successful in this upcoming year. And so it's important that you really take this time to create the year that you want, not letting the year happen to you. It's so important that you do that.
Just remember that what Crystal and I provide for you guys in this this radio program, the Business Zone, every Friday from 3 to 4. You don't get this anywhere else. You don't get this in a classroom or in a book, a textbook, or anything like that. Because what we're giving you here is authentic stuff. We've been through the gutters. We've been through the alleys. We've been through all the tough spots. That's why we're providing you this information, because this information that we're giving you is real life stuff. That's what we've been through and we learned from it. So that's what we're sharing with you, so you don't have to go through that.
Exactly. So reach out to us. We're here to help. We're here to serve. Also, Gilbert, I want to share one thing before we come off the air. Recycling Black Dollars is adding a complement to their resource guide, our Black Business Resource Guide. We are now going digital. It's going to be a digital platform, but not just a business listing. It will have all kinds of bells and whistles, and we're really excited about it. And one of the things that we're looking for is for all the businesses in the greater Los Angeles and outskirt areas to be listed in the guide. And so to do that, I'm going to show you guys a little clip here. No, I'm in the wrong one. But we want you to register your business and share the sound. And the person that's doing it's just going to be pretty darn awesome. He's more excited, I think, than I am because he's creating this mall like environment. And so let me do this first because I want to put this here. We need all of your businesses listed in this guide. And so please, by all means, take that link. And can we see this?
I got music. Oh, yeah.
I got music, huh? There we go.
So this is like a little promo on each of the business, a little overview.
Yeah, it would be like this. You would get this promo about your business, driving traffic to your business. If you're doing a grand opening, we will highlight that. Anything, we're going to have a grouping of writers that's going to create blog posts to highlight our businesses and make sure. So actually, we're doing a run through. So I will have the run through next week, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. We're really excited about it. We're gonna have, it's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be built out. A lot more of it's gonna be built out this weekend. So take that link right there and register your business. It's free. And if you want to have an interactive ad on the in the digital guide and in the print guide, we have a $200 membership to Recycle Black Dollars and ad combo. You'll get a half-page ad. We need to get that in as soon as possible. So if you reach out to me, my phone number is up there to make sure that we get you in there. You don't want to miss out on this inaugural event. We're really super excited. This is a collaborative effort with the Recycle Black Dollars and the Urban League. So we want people to be able to say, I'm looking for this type of business. Let me go over here to my digital resource guide and be able to find what I'm looking for.
Crystal, I am so proud of you, man. This is an amazing platform. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go register in it right now. I think what you're offering for small businesses, this is just perfect. This is a way for people to find them, learn about them, know about them. And also, for those of you who are watching the show, I'd like you guys to do a little 4 or 5 line overview, summary overview of your business. Describe your business. What is it about? And make it so neat so that a new customer, will know pretty much everything about what is it you're trying to say. Okay? Because when you go to this site and you register, you should have that little summary overview of your business so they'll know what is it you do. All right?
Right.
Great
There's some
job.
questions
Great
there
job,
that
Crystal.
yeah, there's some questions that they need to answer, and then we'll make sure they're listed in the book. And then if they want to enhance that or upgrade that, the pricings are going to be the price points are going to be very affordable. Our whole goal is to have businesses that are have exposure for our businesses in our community. So we're really focused on that. So reach out to me with the phone number that's there, the 323-447-7272. If you want a 45-minute consultation, go to my website, mitchellbusinesssolution.com to schedule an appointment. And I'm here for you. It's been great. We're excited about 2021. I hope you guys are excited as well. And Gilbert and I are here. We have some fantastic guests lined up for the Business Zone. 2021 is our 5th year on air, so we're excited.
That's right,
and with that, for this 5th year, we have started a Patreon account. So
That's
if
right.
you want to support us, go over to our our YouTube page. 1, subscribe to us, and 2, please support us so we can stay on air and continue to bring these amazing shows to you with all this information. So Gilbert and I just did a 2-hour class that would be quite costly if
That's right.
in our own environment. So
that's right. So if you guys go to the Patreon account and you register and you pick a package, then you can get a lot more materials than you're getting here on this program that, would really be beneficial for your business. Now, I see a few people have some comments here. Veronica Spigner, she said, Gilbert, I have not forgotten about you for helping me with the Black Business Men Rock. All right, definitely. I still look forward to that. Let me know. I like to help small businesses. I'm an advocate, so let me know when that's ready. Alfred said, "Dear people, I have a need to hire a cosmetic chemist. I would like to
he wants them to be African American or
African
Latin.
American or Latin. Please call me. Okay. So
all right, Alfred. Actually, I have one for you.
all
I will
right.
give you a call.
That's beautiful, Alfred. See, your pain point is solved immediately on the spot. Look at that. Amy said there was a typo. What's the typo in the website link, Amy? I don't know. So we'll take a look at this and see where the typo is. But
what, to list the business?
Yeah, I don't know what. So let us know, Amy.
Okay, I will check into that. Email me. You can email me, and then we can address that. And these comments are all listed under the on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube page. So you can always go back there.
Yeah, so you can go in there and just add. And Lloyd, the truth, man, appreciate it. Appreciate you tuning in. And just remember, Crystal and I were here to help you out. So if you have more business questions or suggestions, I want you to stay tuned. And each one of you tell at least two of your friends or small business owners, tell at least two small businesses to tune into this show every week because it could be beneficial to them. It could be the difference between making more money or going out of business.
All right, now that's pretty pinpointed.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we want to thank everyone for tuning in, both on Facebook and YouTube. We are always here to serve, and so we wish you the best. Be safe. Make sure you're masked up. Make sure you have your hand sanitizer. Better yet, stay at home until the surge is over. But if you have to go out there, please be careful. Social distance. We want you to be here every week, and we want you well, and we want your family well. So let's each one take care of one, and I think we'll get through this pandemic safe and whole.
That's right. So we want to thank you. Remember, guys, go to Facebook and YouTube and subscribe to our program, The Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. Click that bell and the notification so we can let you know when the show is coming on, and also what programs or any giveaways that we have coming up. Crystal, we have some folks coming up this week on the program, right? Next week?
Yeah, we do. We have guests for the next 3 weeks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So we're excited to start 2021. We got some great stuff coming on, great workshops, great classes. We're ready to go. So I hope you guys are ready to go.
And Crystal and I, this year is going to be our 5th year doing the Business Zone for small businesses. This is longer than most marriages out there now. A lot of marriages end in the first year. Crystal and I, we've been married now for 5 years on the Business Zone.
and we're looking forward for a great number more.
That's right. So
thank you, Veronica.
Thank you.
And Amy says she fixed it. So we are out of here, guys. We want to have a great weekend. Be safe. And I think there's one more. Yes, congratulations. This is a work marriage, Amy. But we do real well in his work marriage.
Oh man,
thank you, guys. We will see you next Friday.
Next Friday from 3 to 4 on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. We're out.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.